This place is a dump. Now, you've probably said this, hopefully in your head, about your cousin's storage shed or your neighbor's car collection in their front yard. Keeping our space clean is probably the most common issue we have as a society. It's not about dirty dishes or laundry anymore. It's about the stuff Grandma left behind when she passed. It's also about the bathroom supplies that you bought on clearance 6 years ago. But most importantly, it's about our trash. Now, our trash has an impact on us, but it also impacts our neighbors, our environment, and our children's children's children. Something that we need to take seriously. Mike Riker from the Tennessean theorizes, in as few as 5 years, Tennessee's busiest landfill in Murfreesboro, which is about 20 minutes from my house, could run out of space. We have the power to prevent this and help keep our planet livable. I get it. We're often too busy or too tired to even put our dinner plates in the sink. How can we implement better waste management? Everyone knows that we ought to do this. Today, I would like to show some quirky ways of how I do this. I make it a game. I try to be creative. I try to reward myself when I reach the goals that I've set for myself. By rewiring the way we look at these projects, we may be able to rescue ourselves from environmental complacency. Check out these 4 games that I try to incorporate in my daily routine. Game number 1, recycling. Everybody's heard it. Nobody likes to do it. But it doesn't have to be that way. It can be as easy as picking up your groceries, or as fun as collecting trinkets from the yard sale, which I don't recommend. All it takes is a storage box and a quick detour on your way to the next Avengers movie. What I do with my plastics, glass, and cans is rinse them out, air dry them, throw them in the bin, and every week or so I take them out. It couldn't be that easy. Luckily enough, my recycling center is near my favorite lake, so I try to give myself the reward of swimming at the lake when I do take the recycling out. Now, game number 2, compost. Even if you don't have a garden, you may know someone who does, and composting is one of the quickest ways of preventing landfill overflow. All you need, a food processor, or a very sharp knife, keep that away from children, and an airtight container. Now, if you don't live in the suburbs like me, it's better to keep it out in the open for a quicker decomposition process, but I try not to be mean to my neighbors, so mine is airtight. When I'm done cooking, I take the leftover snippets, eggshells, vegetables, coffee grounds. I put them in my food processor if they need to be smaller, stick them in the bucket. When the bucket is full, I take it to a neighboring farmer. My reward: every little kid likes to play with their food, especially me, so I try to take this as a time to have an artistic outlet without those expensive art supplies. Game number 3, repurposing. This is probably my parents' and my intimate family's favorite game. We used to watch Swiss Family Robinson growing up, which was based on a true story about a family who was stranded on some island. They used supplies from the shipwreck and from nature to create an entire world where they survived. It was very inspirational for us. So my dad actually took the vertical half of a peanut butter jar, cut it in half, and screwed it above his toilet paper so that when he washed his hands, the spray from the water wouldn't get his toilet paper wet. What I did with the top half of the soda bottle was repot my tomato plants, which weren't growing very big because they didn't have enough depth in the pot. So stick them in there and they're able to grow higher. Don't you dare throw away any single-use containers. Those can be used to put leftovers from your meals, stick them in the freezer, and on lazy days, just pop in the microwave. Now, game number 4. Create competition between you and your friends who have the same ecological goals. Who can buy the least single-use containers? Who can be the most innovative on how they repurpose these containers? Creating a buddy system helps accountability and scalable results. And finally, according to Elise Kalish from the Muse, applying elements to the game can motivate us to press on when things get dull or difficult. The key to remember, the more you do it, the more it'll feel like brushing your teeth or getting on Facebook. The hardest part is just starting the game.